Okay, so mm, this is the half wave rectifier with L load. Okay, so this is also uncontrolled rectifier. So during forward biased, AB is directly connected with XY. So V naught equal to, V naught means output voltage. Output voltage is definitely equal to the inductive voltage, and inductive voltage is actually equal to L di dt, and this is equal to source voltage Vs, and that is equal to Vm sin omega t. So from that, if I take in such a way that di equal to Vm by L sin omega t dt. So dt is multiplied with sin omega t for positive half cycle, and if I integrate both sides with respect to t, we will get I naught, the output current, that is equal to minus Vm by omega L sin omega t plus k. K is what? K is integration constant. Now, by using the initial condition, that is before turn on and before turn on, the current is I naught equal to 0, omega t equal to, at omega t equal to 0. So omega t I naught equal to 0 means I naught equal to 0, I naught is equal to V minus Vm sin omega t cos omega t plus k. So from that we can get the value of k. Value of k will be equal to Vm by omega L cos omega t, and that will be equal to Vm by omega L when omega t equal to 0. Omega t, since omega t is equal to 0 before turn on, that is omega t equal to 0, so there we will get Vm by omega L. This is our value of integration constant. So from that we will get the ultimate output current I naught equal to minus Vm by omega L cos omega t plus Vm by omega L. So from that we will get output equal to Vm by omega L into 1 minus cos omega t. When omega t equal to 0, I naught equal to 0. Now omega t equal to, at I omega t equal to pi, I naught will be equal to 2 into Vm, because if cos pi is given, then it will be minus 1. So it will be ultimately 2 Vm omega by omega L. So this is the thing when we'll get the maximum value of output current or voltage. Okay, so at omega t equal to 3 pi by 2, I naught equal to Vm by omega L. So omega t equal to 2 pi, at omega t equal to 2 pi, I naught equal to 2 Vm by omega L. Now, I naught peak is at omega t equal to pi. So from 0 to, so from that you can say, you can see that at pi the current will start conduction from 0, and with output voltage, with source voltage, it will go on increasing with the inductive load, and it will be maximum at the value of pi, and so after pi it will try to decrease. So you can see in this picture from this graph that its peak value, that is the current peak value, and voltage peak value, output voltage peak value is not same. Okay, so from 0 to pi, I naught is flowing through load, therefore the device is on. From pi to 2 pi, uh, that time also the network is carrying current, as the inductive load is charged during 0 to pi, and during pi to 2 pi it will try to discharge. So that time also it will carry current. So V naught max or V naught peak at pi omega t equal to pi by 2. So omega t equal to, so omega equal to 0 to pi, device is at omega t equal to 0 to pi, device is at conduction state, means your device is allowing the voltage of positive half cycle. Now from pi to 2 pi, again your device is carrying current, means it is allowing the negative half cycle. Okay, so it is allowing both half. Diode is, when diode is reverse biased, that time also the current is flowing. Now during 0 to pi, the inductor is storing charge or energy. It will build up some voltage. That potential is less than the instant. Okay, it is allowing conduction, so the device is on load. So the device is on and load is carrying that particular voltage. Now the peak instance of currents and voltages is different. Peak instance of currents shift load is different. Peak instance of currents and voltage is different. So the peak instance of currents stiff load is different. Okay. So from 0 to pi storing energy, pi to 2 pi releasing through load. So 0 to 2 pi conduction duration of inductive load for diode. So 2 pi radians or 360 degree is the total conduction period. Okay, so conduction angle will be 360 degree. 0 to 2 pi means 360 degree. So there is no turn of time, circuit turn of time. Okay, so omega tc is the circuit turn of time, which is actually equal to 0 for this case. Okay, so omega tc will be equal to 0, so no turn of time. So peak inverse voltage block at certain voltage, that is the diode should be off, so here the peak inverse voltage is not applicable. So here we are getting continuous conduction. Okay. Mm, so we can see that in case of inductive load during charging, that is the positive half cycle of source, the inductive load is getting charged, and during the negative half cycle the inductive load is releasing its energy or charge. So what will happen, the continuous conduction of current we can get. So here is no circuit turn of time, so here is no question of peak inverse voltage. Okay, now we will consider the average output current or voltage. Okay, so here we will get the output average current is equal to 1 by 2 pi. Since the conduction is 0 to 2 pi, we will consider 0 to 2 pi Vm by omega L 1 minus cos omega t d omega t. Okay, so that will be equal to Vm by 2 omega L pi into 2 pi minus sin omega t 0 to 2 pi. So I output average equal to Vm by omega L, and the output voltage will be equal to 0. Now the RMS values. Output voltage, output current is equal to Vm by omega L 1 minus cos omega t. So IRMS value will be equal to root over of Vm by omega L whole square plus Vm by root 2 omega L whole square, and that is equal to Vm by omega L root over 3 by 2. So that is equal to 1.225 Vm by omega L. Okay, so now with pure inductive load, conduction duration is 360 degree, 2 pi. Okay. So next we will do the next portion is RL load. That is single phase half wave uncontrolled rectifier with RL load. Okay. Uh, in case of RL load, what will happen? So again in the same way, you can see that the supply is AC supply and it is connected with a diode and resistance and inductance consecutively. So what will happen then? During positive half cycle, the diode will be forward biased. So that time the total voltage drop or the output voltage we can get R I naught. I naught is output current. So R I naught plus L d I naught dt. Okay, that is equal to the supply voltage because the total supply voltage will come across the output. So that is equal to supply voltage, and the supply voltage is Vs sinusoidal supply. So it will be Vm sin omega t. Now the inductive voltage is L di naught dt, and that is equal to definitely the supply voltage Vs minus the load voltage, resistive voltage. So Vs minus Vr, and the response I naught is exponential. Exponential means it will be charging. So since the inductive load or inductance is getting charged gradually, so you are getting exponential uh, values. And so you can see in this picture that the supply voltage is drawn in this way. The equal sinusoidal waves are drawn. Now uh, before this time, suppose the uh, supply is given, so what will be the resistive voltage, since Vs equal to R I naught plus L d I naught dt, so R I naught is actually the Vr, so Vr should be a bit less than Vs. Okay, so before a certain time, suppose at point omega t1, the voltage Vr will be a bit less, but it will getting increased gradually. Why so? Because the voltage increment is due to the presence of inductance, so it will gradually increasing, and the resistive voltage is also increasing because here the load, though it is connected with resistance, the effect of inductance will be sh- uh, shown in the resistance portion also. So the gradual increment of voltages in the resistive portion also, because of the inductance, because of the presence of inductance. Okay, so VR will gradually increase, and it will increase up to a certain point where uh, at a certain point the supply voltage will be equal to the uh, load voltage. Okay, so before omega t1 what is happening, vs the supply voltage is greater than vr, and so during that time the inductive voltage, that is LDIdt, is positive. Here inductor is storing energy, so it is storing energy exponentially. Now at omega t1 what will happen, Vs will be equal to Vr. So load voltage equal to supply voltage. So what will happen here, if this Ri naught equal to Vs, then what will happen? LDI naught dt equal to 0, because VL equal to actually LDI naught dt, and that is equal to Vs minus Vr. When Vs is greater than Vr, the LDI dt definitely has some value. But when Vs equal to Vr, this LDI dt will become 0. So LDI dt is 0. Therefore, DIdt is 0. So this is the condition for maximum case. Okay, so at that point, that is at point omega t1, we are getting the maximum output voltage. Okay, so at this point current has maximum value. After omega t1 what will happen, the resistive voltage is greater than the source voltage, since inductor is keep on storing charge, and LDIdt will be equal to negative. The LDIdt value will be negative. Inductor is now releasing energy. So conduction duration is up to beta. You can see this conduction duration is up to beta. Till beta, Vs is allowed. That is, the supply voltage is allowed. Okay, so what we can see, that the output voltage will follow the supply voltage up to pi, and after that also the current is conducting because of the releasing of inductance. So the current will flow after pi also. Suppose a point beta, so 0 to beta it will current conduct. So during that current conduction we can also get output voltage. So after pi what will happen, after pi value the mm, supply voltage will continue to conduct, and so the output voltage we can get in the negative half cycle also. So up to beta, the negative half cycle output voltage we can also get. So here the circuit turn of time is what? You can see this in this picture, in this graph, we can see 0 to 2 pi is the one total cycle. From that, circuit is turned off at point beta. So this is actually the portion. This portion is actually how much you have to calculate. Okay, so this portion is actually 2 pi minus beta. Up to beta the current is conducting, so this portion is actually the value of 2 pi minus beta. Okay, so this is our circuit turn off time. Just a minute. হ্যাঁ ওইটার মধ্যেই আছে অ্যাপ্লিকেশন পেছন দিকে। তাহলে কি আলাদা আলাদা কাগজে করে দেবো? আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে, একটু পরে দিচ্ছি, ক্লাস চলছে, একটু পরে দিচ্ছি। হ্যালো। Okay. So our circuit turn off time is omega Tc, and that is equal to 2 pi minus beta. So Tc, the circuit turn off time Tc equal to 2 pi minus beta by omega. So output voltage is here. Here the current conduction is from 0 to beta. So 1 by 2 pi 0 to beta Vm sin omega t d omega t. So from that we can get Vm by 2 pi minus cos omega t 0 to beta. From that we can get V output equal to Vm by 2 pi 1 minus cos beta. This is for RL load. Now the conduction duration uh, now conduction duration of diode is more for L load. Okay. For RL load, it is conduction duration. You can see that for RL load, it is reduced. Now, to bring the device more conduction, that is continuous, for continuous conduction of any device, what you have to do, you have to increase the value of inductance. But value of inductance, if I increase, then what will happen, it will create some limitations to the device. So we have to think something different to resolve this problem. Okay, suppose speed control of DC machine, DC motor, we are controlling the speed of the DC motor. So this is the equation for speed control of DC motor. You can see the speed control can be speed of DC motor can be expressed in this way. That is J d omega dt. Omega is the angular frequency, J is the inertia, B is friction, and TL is the load torque, and TE is the electromagnetic torque. So if the frictional loss is constant, then what will happen? We can consider J d omega dt equal to T minus TL. That is electromagnetic torque minus load torque. Okay. So torque is proportional to phi A. So when J d omega dt is positive, means the rise in speed we can get. And when electromagnetic torque is greater than load torque, then we can get J d omega dt equal to positive value, isn't it? So that time the rise in speed we can get. Okay. Now for DC shunt motor, flux phi is constant. Since torque is proportional to phi A, for shunt motor, flux phi is constant. Torque is proportional to Ia. When Ia equal to 0, okay, Ia means armature current. Armature current when equal to 0, then electromagnetic torque will be 0. So what will happen? J d omega dt will become negative. So that time the speed will be decelerated. Okay. So to get the smooth operation of armature current to be continuous, what you have to do? Armature current should not be equal to 0. Okay. Therefore, what will happen? Electromagnetic torque should not be 0. Then only the motor can run with the constant or with some speed. Okay. So for that, these kinds of speed control also can be done by power electronic device. Okay. So RL load in complete cycle is current is stopped before 2 pi. So up to beta, you can see the motor will accelerate. After that, it will start to decelerate. That is, the device will continuously oscillate or vibrate. So once it will accelerate, then it will decelerate. So there will be a vibration. So if we want to increase the conduction, L should be increased. Okay, conduction. If we want to increase the conduction, inductance should be increased. But if I increase the inductance, the load, that is the size of the device, will be more. So for that reason, we have to take some different measures. Okay. So we are taking different methods, and you can see in this picture, that is in the picture 1. Suppose here the diode is given. Okay. And we are using one switch. After a certain instant, suppose the diode is forward biased, then what will happen? The inductance will be charged. But when it is reverse biased, what will happen? That inductance will not get the supply voltage, so it will try to decelerate or stop. So you can do one thing. You can see in this picture, one solid wire is connected, and we are using one switch. That is, during positive half cycle, it is forward biased and it will try to charge the inductance. Now during the negative half cycle, what will happen? This switch is switch we have to shift from one place to two place. So what will happen? The inductive charge will get one path to circulate, and it will try to circulate inside this loop. Okay. So the current conduction will be there. Okay. So the device will still conduct. This will act as diode at position A and B. And the condition is called freewheeling diode. And the device will look like this. Vs, this is the diode, this is the freewheeling diode, so that the current can get the path to circulate and the continuous conduction can happen. Okay. So this is our freewheeling diode. This is our RL load with freewheeling diode. One thing I just want to say, all of you, please click on the same link if it is cut. Okay.